Hey guys, so making this video, I am trying to hold myself accountable for what my plans are for this channel. I know I've posted a couple videos of my Smudge build, the giant dragon puppet, and don't worry, Smudge is still gonna happen. Him and I are just on a break. Sometimes when you're doing a project that large and that involved, you hit a point where you're unsure of what you're going to do next, and you have a couple different routes, and so I decided I'm just going to sit on it for a little while. His head still hangs out in here, his body's downstairs. He is going to be finished. I'm going to take you through some more walkthroughs too of how exactly I've built everything thus far and what my plans are going to be, and some of my I plan on doing some work vlogs of finishing him eventually. But in the meantime, my goal for this channel is really to do some work vlogs, show you some of the stuff that I'm working on, kind of walk you through some of my thought processes and how I make decisions and different little tips and tricks, I guess, that either I've found while making or I've heard from other people, because I want to give back to this community. Everything that I learned and that I've done to this point has been pretty much self-taught. I took one sewing machine class when I was like 7, but other than that, everything that I've learned has been things that I've read in books or all of the YouTube videos that I've watched from other creators that have helped teach me the different skills and teach me more about how to build. And something that I really appreciate is learning new skills and new techniques from different branches of things that you wouldn't necessarily put together. Like learning how I made my giant puppets, working on Smudge. I learned a lot of the techniques for making him from watching fursuit making videos. So there's so many different things that overlap and different skills that you can use that are totally unrelated to what you're initially trying to work on. So everything that I've learned has been from the internet. And now that I feel like, I'm still learning things every day. There's so much that I am learning, and whenever you're building things, it's a learning curve. So I want to give back, and maybe some of the things that I know and some of the things I do can help inspire other people to add those things to their build. So I plan on, with this channel, doing some of my work vlogs. I want to start posting more of those since everything that I make for the most part is a one-off. I make it once and then move on and make something totally different. So the idea of making formal tutorials, I may get to eventually, but in reality, in order to do a tutorial, I feel like I need to have everything exact from the get-go and know exactly what I'm doing, and that's not how I make things. I hit a problem, figure out a way around it. It's very rarely do things go according to plan the whole time. And that's something that I want to definitely instill in beginners, that people that just start off making a lot of times think that people who've been doing it make these awesome costumes, that they get everything right from the get-go. And if they aren't hitting everything and doing everything perfectly the way that they would ideally want to, they give up. And they go, well, I just can't make it. And it's like, I've dug through the things at my dad's house. I have even gone through projects that I made a year ago. And I see them and I go, man, I can't believe that I did this, because my skills have just slowly but surely gotten better and better. So don't get discouraged when you're making, because you're going to learn different things. I mean, even when I was building my Ember Celicas for my Yang cosplay. You could tell which one I made first and which one I made second, because even just between the one arm and the other arm, because I built them one and then one instead of building them both at once, the second one is a lot better than my first one. So don't get discouraged. You're going to continue to build things. If you keep at it, you'll get better and better as time goes along. I also would like to start doing some convention vlogging. We'll see how that goes. Convention vlogs are hard because you don't necessarily want to bring people into a vlog that don't necessarily feel comfortable. I know conventions for a lot of people are their safe space, and that I want to honor that by making sure that I'm not including anybody accidentally in those videos that may not want to be on camera. And in a convention setting, that can be really difficult because there's so many people all over the place. But we'll see. I'm going to theoretically want to try to bring my camera along to more of these events and things that I'm going to. But in the meantime, definitely look forward to more work vlogs. I have some projects that I'm working on. I should be posting my Captain Planet build here shortly. I've been working on that guy. That's been a lot of fun. First all spandex bodysuit type build, and definitely a learning curve. I've sewn with spandex before, and this has been a whole different animal. But it's a lot of fun, and that's one of the things I enjoy about creating, is experimenting and getting to try out new things. And I can tell you one thing, my next one is definitely going to go a lot smoother because I'm figuring out all the bumps along the way. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up. If there's anything you want to see, let me know. I plan on covering kind of some of everything. I also have a Doom mask that I started on, but I may finish off and at least show you the painting of how I do that. I'm making that for a buddy of mine, so that should be coming up here soon too. I want to try to incorporate some of the foam smithing, definitely some of the sewing projects. Smudge I'm going to have to finish. And I'm going to have more things as the kind of convention season starts kind of going through its motions. I tend to be randomly inspired and things just happen. That's kind of how this Captain Planet build went, where it was a project that was floating around in my mind for a minute and happened to be at Joann's. So picked up the fabric and here we are. I also need to do the weapon build for Axel. And I should have a new wig. I'm going to order a new wig. The wig I had initially worn with Axel, I did on a super time crunch. I had 4 days before the convention when I decided that I was going to do that project. So I did not have enough time to order a wig and be able to style the wig. So I just whipped together 2 horrible party store wigs, combined those together, and styled it over the course of a couple days, all while also building the Organization 13 jacket, which I love and I wish I could wear it like a real piece of clothing. It is probably my favorite clothing style piece that I have made thus far. The quality of the fabric and how comfortable and lovely that jacket is. I want to wear it as a regular jacket all the time, but I don't think people would appreciate it quite as much. So I can also do some project breakdowns if that's something that you guys want to see of some of the projects that I've done before, like my Seder. Can show you some of my fursuit stuff that I've made. Some of the foam builds. I have that full set of Skyrim steel armor that I built off of Builderann's patterns that I kind of changed around and added some other stuff to, but I have that full build that I can give you kind of a build breakdown of. My Goliath build, I can give you a breakdown of that too. That was another extreme last minute build, but was a lot of fun because I had total freedom since it wasn't necessarily, it was my own original character from Dungeons and Dragons. So I had freedom to just build whatever awesome armor, fur, leather stuff. And that one I actually have a really cool technique for using rub and buff and textured faux leather to get some really cool different like designs and put a different spin on the faux leather by using rub and buff. So probably do a write-up on at least that one to show you kind of how I did that part of it. But like I said, doing this more so to hold myself accountable than anything. I want to give back to the community. I've used so many other YouTubers and creators' videos to get me where I am as far as my making, that I want to kind of give back and hope that I inspire others to be able to do some cool stuff and make neat things, because that's why we're here, is to do and make neat things, or to chill out and watch somebody else make something. I know there's been plenty of night where I find it really relaxing to watch someone else suffer through making something. So hit me up down below if you want to see what I'm going to be building. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I can't guarantee at this point the frequency of which I'm going to be turning out videos. My goal is at least once every 2 weeks. It depends on how inspired and how busy I am, especially with conventions coming up. It can be kind of hard to put builds in, especially while I'm working, full-time, more than full-time. So I have a panel that I'm going to be on. I'm going to be helping out at a event here in like 2-3 weeks. So we'll see how much I can get done in preparation for that too. Look forward to the Captain Planet build though. That should for sure be coming out here shortly, within the next week, and then I can start rolling on in between building big projects. I can at least give you project breakdowns. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you next time.